So in this session of Python module, we'll be discussing the locations of modules. The Python which we installed earlier or in the beginning of the session. At that time, while installing Python, we checked mark a checkbox to join the path to Python. So hope this is you remember, and if you remember, then it will be of your use because when you run a program, then interpreter interprets your program. It goes in search of the module which you have imported in your program. Very simple thing in your program when you import any module. So as soon as this module is encountered while interpreting the program, the control or interpreter goes in search of that module, where it can find that module, the location where it can find the module. So firstly, it goes to the current directory in which you are working and try to locate that module. And if it finds it is better, and if the module does not exist in your current directory in which you are working, then it goes in shell variable to search this module, and the shell variable is a special variable known as Python pet. In Python pet, it searches the list of the module, and if still module is not found, then it goes in the same directory in which you have installed Python at the time of downloading the Python. So since you have imported the module, and since you have imported the module, then the functions of the module to be incorporated in your program. And if module is not found, then it gives an error. So that module should be available to your current program, and you know very well where the module resides. Maybe in that folder which you have installed, the folder in which the Python is installed, or in your current directory in which you are working, and maybe in the shell variable that is Python pet. So out of these three sources, you can find the location of the module. So while doing the module, we have already done all the modules and all the libraries, math module, string module, everything we have done. But two classes or two libraries are still left, and these libraries are like math and string modules we have already dealt with. We have used the functions of these modules, the string functions and math functions. Math functions, all the numerical functions which belong to math module, and all the string functions which belong to string module. In the similar way, we have two other libraries left. One is date library and the time library. So date and time library will have to import date time module. So this module is very important as far as date and time is concerned. So date time library or date time module. So if you are going to deal with date and time, you will have to import date time module. And one more thing that Python also supports the date format like year, month, and date. Any YYYY, MM, and DD, like MySQL. MySQL date format and Python date format are similar. So for date and time, I mean to deal with time and date, we have two important classes. The one class is date class and other is time class. So under the date class, we have the functions like today, year, month, and day. And under the time class, we have these four functions now: hour, minute, and second. So how to use them? We'll see the example of these functions on next slide. So this is the program in which we have incorporated date and time module. For example, we are using date. So with date, we want to know what is today's date, what is the current year, what is the current month, or what is the current day. Similarly, what is the current hour, current date, current minute, current second. So in date class, I have imported datetime module. So how to import it? Import datetime as dt. And what is dt here? dt is the alias name of datetime. So in place of datetime, we'll be using dt. So this example, I mean, your first example shows import datetime as dt. dt is the alias name, and this is another object, dob, or the variable, is equal to alias name, that is module name, and class date, and the function belongs to date class. So we are fetching today's date in this format: date, I mean dt, which is your alias variable of datetime module. Date is a class for date. So dt.date.today. So this was created in 2019, I mean last year, for 12th class. So this is the program how we can use date function here. So today function to give you the current date, I mean today's date. So I just printed date of birth is dob. So dob holds what? Today's date. dob is equal to dt.date.today. When you print this, date of birth is dob. So it prints date of birth is 2019, 3rd March, and date 23. Similarly, if you want to fetch the year of the current date, you can fetch it. Print year is dob.year. जो डेट आपने ये ली हुई है, इसका ईयर क्या है, it will show. Similarly, month, dob.month. So current month, whatever month is, it prints month. So month is 3, so it will print 3. Similarly, you can also print day of this date. So how to print the day of this date? Day is dob.day. So using this object dob, we'll be able to print current day or today's day. So today's day is 23 March 2019. So year gives you 2019, month gives you 3, and day gives you 23. And similarly, in the second example, we have used time class. So import date time as dt. dt is again what? dt is the alias name, and tm is the object, and using the module name dt dot date time dot now. So this is the function. So now is giving the date and current time. Here you see current date and time. So whatever date is today's date and time of this time, so it records everything. So dt will tm will print today's date and time. Similarly, what is current hour? To know what is current hour, print r is tm.r. So that way it gives you 8. Print minute is tm.minute. So current minute is 9. So it will give you 9. What is current second? tm.second. Now it gives you 18. In addition to these programs, date class and time class, you can also ask to this object if you pass the parameters like 11, 30, and 12 in this neat blue example. So 11, 30, 12, we means passing hour, we are passing minutes, we are passing seconds. So using these three parameters, and if you apply time function using the alias name or the module name, so t is the object, t is equal to dt dot time 11, 30, 12 means 11 hour 30th minute and 12 seconds. So if you print it, I mean if you print t, it will print 11, 30, and 12. So this way you can pass the arguments to time. So these were two libraries left. So we have discussed it now. And with that, your time module, your date module is finished, and your libraries are finished, your packages are finished, and the entire module is also finished.